I was just sitting here eating my chicken and waffles and it dawned on me. Y'all the ones obsessed with sex. Like, when we talk about pride and the LGBTQIA plus community, it seems to always turn into, if we teach our children that people like this exist, then we're sexualizing the children. And it's like, but why is it about sex? It's not about, oh, these people like to have sex with these people, etc. It's really about these people love these people. So why is it that when we talk about heteronormative scenarios, that it's about love? Mom and dad love each other. Husband and wife love each other. A boy and girl love each other. But when we talk about the LGBTQIA plus community, it's simply about sex. That's y'all. That's y'all who are against and who don't agree with and who don't believe in a lifestyle. Y'all are the ones obsessed with sex. What we really need to do is be aware of the fact that the people who are making the way people love into an issue about sex, they're the ones who are grooming. Because what's wrong with you that you look at certain people and only think about sex? I think that's an issue you need to deal with yourself and take that issue out of the classroom.
Yo, so we back here for another edition of F-ya-Motha. And as y'all just got to see that's that dumb half-breed bitch Amanda Seales. Now, I'm conflicted about her. Sometimes she's on the mark, sometimes she's way the fuck off base. This is one of those times where she's way the fuck off base. Now, I'm gonna try to handle this point by point. She says, why do people always make LGBT shit about sex? That's very simple, because it is. Now, don't get me wrong, I do believe gay people can have long, illustrious relationships with each other, even meaningful ones. However, nothing comes about it but sex. Let me explain. You can't have children. You have to adopt them. The only thing you're doing primarily with each other than spending time is fucking. Useless, unproductive sex. Especially if both your reproductive organs work. Nothing wrong with that, right? You love who you love. If you want to adopt children because you want to raise a family, I will concede, right? But at the end of the day, the reason that people make a thing of it is because you guys are always talking about it's about love and pride, but what do you have pride for? Your sexuality, right? If you're a lesbian and you're celebrating pride, you're celebrating your sexuality. Because straight people don't have a straight pride. We don't have a straight parade. We don't have to, right? There's pride in just being who the fuck we are. They've never needed to establish a fucking straight pride. Because, yes, a man and a woman comes together under normal circumstances, have children, build a family, right? There's an offspring, there's a building, a reproduction of one's lineage that carries on from generation to generation. Gay people can't do that. Literally, your lineage stops at you. That's not me being harsh. This is the cold hard facts of reality. They also say that, or they also have pride because it is about sex. Let's not get it fucked up. Gay, that's about sex. Gay relationships is sex from men to men. Men having sex with men. They're having pride with that. You've ever gone to one of these gay pride parades down in Atlanta? I've never been to one in San Francisco, but I've drove through the streets of Atlanta and seen the shits have butt naked, if not butt naked people, flaunting their sexual organs, mainly men. That shit should be illegal, but I digress. She goes on to say that, why do people make a fuss about it? Like they claim that they're trying to groom the children. Well, they are. When you have drag queen reading time, where they're talking about a man's penis and a woman's vagina and how men can have anal sex and all this shit, you're grooming children to be homosexual. You're teaching them, exposing them to sex. If we can't expose children to Playboy books or Hustler magazines before 18, I don't think we need to be exposing kids on gender and sexual related literature. And they do have them, from books like the GBCs to it was another book. I forgot the name of the title of the shit, but it was talking about anal sex. And I don't think a 7-year-old needs to be knowing about that. That is grooming. Having a drag queen, a man dressed as a woman, coming to elementary schools to read to them, that's grooming. Because kids ask questions. What the fuck is this? And people want to say that's a trans woman. That's a man. Kids know what the fuck a man is. They know what a woman is. They know what a male is. They know what a female is. When they see a male dressed up as a female, they're going to question that. That's grooming, because you have to explain that shit. And for a 7-year-old, that actually takes a lot of mental gymnastics for them to even understand it, if they do. So Yeah, that's why straight people don't want that shit around their kids, because you guys are trying to be intellectually dishonest and intellectually disingenuous by saying it's not. Like, it is about sex. Now, it is also about who you love, because two things can be right at the same time. Like, I hate when people make this fucking one-sided argument. It's not about this, it's about this. Well, two things can be right at the same time. So while you're right, it may not be about that to some people. To some people that are part of the LGBTQIRS and shit, it is about that. To straight people, that's only what it's about. Because I may not want you to explain gay lifestyle and gay pride to my children or come to their school. I should be entitled to that. It's my kid. And unless you have kids at the same damn school or you've kicked out kids, people are overprotective about their kids, as they should be. My only antidote to that is that I think a lot of people need to start homeschooling their kids. Now, there's going to be a lot of stupid ass motherfucking kids growing up, because a lot of like people in general just don't know how to do decimals, algebraic equations, and geometry, shit like that. Ask a person what a 90-degree square is or a 90-degree angle. They don't know. So it's going to be a lot of dumbass kids. But my suggestion is that people start homeschooling their kids so they don't have this fucking problem. Let's start making the public school systems empty and barren. They'll have to close down the buildings because people aren't attending them at the same rate. And yeah, they want to start chaos. I guess let's ensue chaos with a bunch of illiterate, dumbfounded motherfucking kids. But at least what they won't be doing is trying to be groomed for a lifestyle that they're not equipped for. And like, that shouldn't be explained until they get about 16. Why are you explaining that shit to elementary kids? That is what gives people the ideal that you're trying to groom them. Like, people like her, like just lying motherfuckers, they'll look you in the face with a straight face and literally lie like that's not a possibility. Like, that's not an option. Like, I just did a story about a motherfucker that had a whole bunch of child porn and he was a firefighter. They had another story about a dude that had a whole bunch of child porn. He was a cop and a judge, and so on and so forth. We can stop pretending like people aren't masquerading behind shields of authority like teachers. In any event, if you like this episode, subscribe, turn the notifications on, share on all social media platforms, and as always, well, just watch the fucking show. I'm out. No.